Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast where we speak about the importance of inner life. And of course, the inner world is not always in balance as we would like it to be, but throughout the day, very often we are under the pressure of so many different things. And so let's speak today about how to get back to this balance and what to do. First of all, I would like to tell you that one of the most important tools to balance ourselves is the power of our attention. Because the attention is that what divides us between being calm and being stressed, between being fine and happy and unhappy and sad. So the attention is the line where it all is being decided. And we are very fortunate because we can and we have the power to direct our own attention. We have the power over this attention. Even though it can seems to you or look like that you don't have this power, that your attention that just easily goes where it wants to go without taking any notes or accounts from you. But this, fortunately, is nothing more than just a habit. Because as many of us, we didn't care enough about our attention, so we developed the habit to let the attention to do whatever it wanted to do. It's like if you buy a small dog. This small doggy is wonderful, but if you don't train him or her, if you don't teach this small pet how to sit and when to sit down, how to lay down, wait, run, bark, go next to your leg, and so on, this beautiful animal and creature will go wild. It will be, a monster. But it's not a monster. Indeed, it can be a wonderful tool. As you know, dogs and other animals can be trained to save people's lives, or to be guardians, or to help us in so many different fields. It's just a question of training. So the pet itself, the doggy, let's say, is not a problem or obstacle. No, it can be a wonderful tool of help. And the very same thing applies to our own attention. Each of us has this attention, but it's only up to us whether we decide to train it, to use it, and then it can do miracles, wonderful things for you, for your benefit, for your help, for your rise, for everything that you want. It can be a very good servant. Yet, on the other hand, if you don't train your attention, the attention goes wild. Very same like the doggy. And it can become a monster who will eat you one day. So this is very important thing. And I would also add an unnecessary step to take if you want to have this inner balance. Because without your attention, you cannot establish that balance. You can live without having pets. And you can live fine, why not? But you simply cannot live fine without training your own attention. So now, when we see how much importance this very often neglected attention actually has, let's have a look at how it can be trained and how it can serve us. So first of all, when you take the decision that you will train your own attention, welcome. This is one of the most important steps you take in your life. Even though it doesn't look like that, perhaps at the first moment, in terms of your inner development, it is the very crucial moment and point. And so, that's a very good step. Yet, you've got to prepare yourself. It's like with the small doggy. It won't listen to you easily. It will require an enormous amount of your attention and of your patience, I wanted to say. Because patience is very necessary here. You need to have a lot of patience because your wild attention needs to be trained, and it unfortunately can't be done overnight. So the first thing I want you to learn is just to observe your attention. Just look at it as you watch TV. Just watch what it takes and then what it does, what kind of topics it handles, what kind of situations does it like or not, what kind of things does it attracts your attention. Is your attention easily attracted by things which are negative and bring negative effects? Or is your attention easily attracted by things which are very positive? Just watch, observe, and then you will see, if your attention is, very fast and is going up and down and from one thing to another, you have to train it to slow down a bit and to be more focused on topics which really you want to be grown in your life, which you want and you find that are important. Because many topics that our attention is fixed on are indeed very unnecessary. The family of your neighbor and their issues, completely unnecessary stuff to put in your attention. But very often your attention perhaps goes and sticks to those issues. But in fact, it helps you to move nowhere. What about the fashion trends? Unless you are a fashion designer, the fashion, even if it's very nice and it's good to, occupy yourself and your attention with it, for some time it's good. Too much time, perhaps wasting of your attention. What about your job? This is a good investment when it comes to your attention to be effective in your duties of work. But does your attention goes very often to what your colleagues say or think or do? Not very effective thing when it comes to the time of your attention. It can be called a wasted time, and so on and so on. So when you watch your attention carefully, when you learn to watch it without being drawn into the action, just be a silent watcher. This is the very first step you need to learn. And then you can evaluate how much effective and how much busy you really are in your days. Are you really busy, or is your attention busy, going up and down from one topic to another? Who is really busy, you or your attention? And what about your balance of emotions? What about your happiness? You could be easily happy, but your attention, Maybe here is the real problem to solve. If your attention sticks to things and matters, which brings you negative emotions, your entire happiness will struggle. So you first need to command your attention and train it, and then your happiness will be just at your hand. So here you can see how much important your attention is. And at first, please patiently learn to just observe what it does during a day, because this is the first step. And then, when you see what you do and where your attention usually goes throughout the day, you can then decide first to slow down a bit and then redirect your attention to where you think it is best to be, not where it automatically goes like a robot, but where you, the commander-in-chief here, the God in here, where you decide that the attention should be. Perhaps you are with your kids, playing, or preparing a dinner for them. But where is your attention? Perhaps with your beautiful colleague from the office, or perhaps with the most important job that you have to do the next morning. So, in fact, even though your body is in your living room or kitchen, your attention is miles away. And here it comes, the second step. Bring your attention back to where you are right here, right now. So if you are in a room, bring your attention to the room where your body is. If you are doing a dinner, bring your attention back to the dinner. If you are with your kids, just bring back your attention to be there together with you and with your kids. And this is, even though it may sound quite easy, sometimes it takes a lot of effort, months or years, to really handle well this attention, to make it a good servant instead of a wild monster. And even though you will be quite well trained, be prepared that the moments will come when your attention will go back to its own old habits. But here again, don't lose your patience and stand up and call your attention to make it obey you again. Teach it again, command it again. This is a never-ending process, but it is the only process which really can help you to bring balance and happiness and stability to your life. You can use pills. Sometimes people use drugs to achieve this state. But still, if you want it really, you have to start where it all begins. You've got to come back to your attention. You've got to train it. Roll up your sleeves. First, watch and observe, and then easily and slowly bring it back to where you are and make it focus on what you want to grow in your life. Don't let it go wild, and always when it goes somewhere where you don't want it to be, just call it and bring it back. So I hope it was helpful for you. As always, I wish you great days and great start of the spring. Have a great day.